Happening now on News Channel 5's Nightside, the Alexandria City Council votes to approve a $1 million project to revamp a building in downtown. And thanks for joining us for News Channel 5's Nightside. I'm Alex Orenchuk. The Alexandria City Council approved their upcoming fiscal year budget tonight, which allocates millions of dollars to upgrade different areas of the city. One of the focuses of the budget is right in the heart of downtown Alexandria at the abandoned Weiss and Goldring building. The century-old building shut its doors for retail in the early 1990s and has since fought multiple attempts to revamp it, all of which have stalled out. But in tonight's approved budget, the council allocated $1 million to fix up the vacant building. The hope is that developers see the progress made for the Weiss and Goldring building and finish out the project themselves. The council also had a surplus of money to work with from the American Rescue Plan Act. The city will spend nearly half of the $5 million they received on new police units. Currently, 45 new police cars are budgeted out. There's not yet a timeline for when those projects will begin.